Hi, I'm Dana, and today's video is another one that's very much inspired by some comments that I've received, but these ones aren't mean ones. So I've gotten a fair amount of comments that are something along the lines of like, it's nice to see someone who is like a normal, real person and not one of these autistic success stories. And it's one of those things where like everyone's always like, I don't know how to frame this nicely, I don't know how to phrase this, and I'm always like, I get it. Like, as much as I am like creating content and doing this, I'm also very much still a normal, ordinary person, you know? Like, I don't have a huge amount of followers, I'm not making money from this. Like, I'm very much still a normal, ordinary person just trying to like make my way in the world and not doing all that good a job of it. So I very much understand how it is to be a normal autistic person and be looking around at the people that we see online and the representation that we get to see in the media and feeling like every other autistic person is this really great autistic success story, and look how they've overcome being autistic, man. Aren't they doing so well? They've made autism their superpower. And obviously a lot of it is very infantilizing and very just not very nice, and a lot of it's the kind of thing where it's like, well, yeah, that person's been in a very lucky position where they have a lot of support, where they already perhaps come from money, they have people around them that are willing to help. Like, there's a lot of stuff that goes into it, and it's one of those things where as much as I am obviously very happy for autistic people that are doing well, we are all very, very different. And being the type of person that I am, as much as I am trying to make a go of this, I have often felt in my life like very, very behind everyone else, including other autistic people. Through doing some of like my own reflection and like, I also realised that like, especially when I was first starting out doing these types of YouTube videos, I did like subconsciously have a sort of like, hey guys, I'm doing well, be like me. Like, not overly, because like I say, it was like a subconscious thing, but like I was in a long-term relationship. I was, you know, I thought that I was going to marry the guy that I was with and that we were going to spend our lives together. I thought that I'd sort of gotten myself into a position where I could see what my future was going to be. And I stayed in that relationship for far, far longer than I really should have, for a lot of different reasons. But I definitely think that one of them was that I clung to that as like my success story. Like, I can't hold down a job. There's a million and one things that I struggle with every single day. I have so much anxiety all the time. You know, like, in a lot of ways, I'm a complete and total mess. But I could maintain a long-term relationship. I felt like that was such like a, yeah guys, look at me go. And like, he was horrible to me, and I was putting a lot of effort into a man that was just shouting at me and not being very nice to me and didn't seem to really like me all that much, you know? Like, it was a whole thing. But I had to really focus on myself upon leaving that relationship, because I pinned so much of my like success and my like the idea that I was doing okay and being an adult and doing the things I was supposed to, you know? Like, if I couldn't keep down a job and be like that sort of like functioning member of society, at least I could be like, I look after my man, which is gross and I hate it and I can't believe I was like that, but there we have it. And especially with the like autistic people that I choose to follow online and the people whose content I enjoy, I understand that on the internet we put our best selves forward, or at least most people do. I'm aware that I am probably a little bit too honest on here maybe, but you know, most people are putting their best selves forward and trying to give the best impression of themselves, and they're sharing the best parts of their lives and not so much the bad parts. Like, as much as I understand all of like the context around what we see online, I still feel like, you know, like the majority of the autistic people that I follow are in long-term relationships. They are people that are working part-time jobs or doing like being online as their main source of income, and that is their job. They're not on benefits. You know, they're maintaining relationships, they're managing to do things and look like they're doing really, really well, and they're the success stories that we see. They're the people that are managing to overcome everything and do everything despite the odds against them. And it does so often feel like the other side of that is like, well, if you're not doing these things and you're autistic, clearly you could be doing better, you could be doing like this person, but you're just not trying hard enough, you're just not bothering. And as much as we can be aware, or at least like, obviously all of this kind of stuff is from my perspective and it's all about me, it does feel a lot like the expectation is there that I should be able to do more and I should be able to be better and I should be able to be like them because they're autistic too, you know. And it is disheartening, it is kind of sad, it does make me feel like I'm behind in some way and that I should be doing better than I am. Like, I'm not exactly mad about it, because that's the reason I started this channel, was that I wasn't finding anyone that seemed like me. I couldn't really find people I fully related to. There's people I like, there's people who have had similar experiences to me, there's people that I find, you know, relatable-ish, but I really wanted to see people like me, where it does sort of just feel like every single day is a fucking struggle and I have no idea what I'm doing and I don't have a plan, I don't have a backup plan for the plan that I don't have, and things are stressful and anxiety inducing and I'm not really doing all that well. I'm not, you know, like, I don't have things that I can tell people as like my success story on why I'm actually a good person and I'm doing the things I'm societally expected to, because I don't, I can't, and it is all a struggle. You know, like, for me, being able to go on holiday to America was like my big success thing of like, oh my god, I can do a thing. And even then it's like, yeah, because I'm very lucky to have like 2 great friends that were willing to actually like basically pay for me to go. You know, I paid a little bit towards my plane ticket, I bought my souvenirs while I was there, I literally like had my friend buying my food for me while we were there, and it's like, they offered, we talked about it all beforehand, it's all, you know, it was all great, it was amazing, but that's my success thing, you know, like, other people are getting married and having kids and getting jobs, and my success thing is I managed to go on a holiday that someone else paid for me to go on. And I think that's where I often find that I try to like remain sort of upbeat and positive and like cheerful and making jokes and stuff in videos, because I'm very aware that a lot of the topics that I'm covering and the things that I'm saying and the experiences that I'm having in life are quite negative. They're not really very happy success stories or whatever. So I do try to at least keep the tone light and keep the tone happy. You know, like, it would be really nice to be able to come on here and give you guys like big life updates where like everything's going really well. I'm suddenly going to be able to work a job and I'm in a relationship and I have a big support system of people helping me. You know, like, it'd be lovely if I was a success story, but I'm currently not. And I think it's one of those things where like, I don't want to be like, I'm being a representative, but I do think that type of representation is important, because I do think this is the reality for the majority of autistic people. You know, like, definitely not all of us, obviously, because we do have the success stories. You know, like, I personally follow Chloe Hayden and really like Chloe Hayden, but it's still a thing of like, she's getting married and she's being a proper like Netflix actress and she's doing really well. And as much as I'm happy for her, I'm also like, damn, this is a lot of stuff that I'm never going to be able to live up to, especially given that she's younger than me as well. Like, as much as I do really, really like her, so much about, it's not anything about her, me comparing myself to her makes me feel really bad, and that's nothing to do with her. that's all on me. But you know, like, as much as I like her, I do often look at her and I'm like, oh fuck you, like, damn. And like, it's not in a nice way at all. As I say, I do actively really like her, I actively follow her, her wedding pictures are the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life. But I'm sat here like, I don't think I'm ever going to get married. Even if someone asked me at this point, I don't think I would actually marry them. I don't think I want that, like, being tied to someone I have such trust. That's not what this video is about. But anyway, you know, I don't want to be all like, I can't imagine being a success story, but I also, like, you know, given everything that I have in my own personal situation as like a working class autistic person, I have no idea what I'm gonna do with my future. I don't have a fucking plan. I don't see how I'm suddenly going to become a success story unless like my YouTube like really, really takes off, you know. And like, I hope it does, you know. Like, as much as like I started making videos because like I wanted to see someone who's related, like, I wanted to like mostly encourage other people to make videos so I could see people I related to and hopefully offer some relatability to other people that felt the same way that I did. You know, like, there's a bunch of reasons that went into why I started making videos, but one of them is very much that I would like it to be, I keep going for career, and it's like, I just want to be able to make a living off it. I would like to be able to come off benefits and just make a living from doing things online. Like, I don't need to be rich and famous. I would just like to be able to make a comfortable-ish living. I just don't want to have to worry about rent and bills and if I can afford food as well as cat food or whatever, you know. I just want to be not worried. I don't even need to be comfortable. I just want to not have to constantly stress about it. And as the kind of person I am, with the type of anxiety that I have and everything else, I don't have skills. I dropped out of college at like 16. I've dropped out of college twice actually. Like, I don't have an education. I don't really have skills. I don't know what I can do other than this, you know? Like, literally, I talk about myself on the internet and hope that eventually that means I get paid money. You know, like, even if it works out, it's not really a success story, is it? It's just someone not being in a horrible situation, you know. And now that I'm sat here like really focusing on it and thinking about it, it does suck. Like, a couple of days ago I went to London with my best friend because they'd already bought tickets to all the shows, and then the person that was meant to be going couldn't go, so I got invited. And again, it's me getting to go and do fun things purely because I have a great amazing incredible friend, and I can't actually pay towards anything or like reciprocate, but whatever. But it was a weird one because I was sat in a box in a theatre because that's where they'd made it accessible for my friend's wheelchair, so we got to sit in the box, which was incredibly exciting for me. I've always looked at them and been like, what kind of like posh fancy people get to sit in them? But it was the thing of like remembering the times that I was in theatres as a kid, because like going to the theatre was a really big deal for me and my family. Like that shit's expensive, you know, like I didn't get to go very often, and as someone who was super into like musicals and drama and everything, it was so incredibly exciting when we did get to go. And it was so weird sitting in like the fancy bits that I always looked at as a kid and being like, God, my life like is not at all the way I thought it would be at this point, you know. Like I'm 27 years old. I thought I was gonna have a husband, and I was gonna have kids, and I'd own my own house, and I'd have some really fulfilling career in the arts, and like, you know, I thought I was gonna do so much. And it is incredibly depressing to realise how little I've done and how little I'm probably going to do. But I also just, you know, I don't know what the fuck I'm meant to do, quite frankly. Like like I said, I don't have skills, I don't have talent, I don't have plans. I don't know what the fuck it is I'm supposed to do other than this. This is my shot not to be that person. Like I don't know what else I've got. So as much as it would be lovely to be a success story, it's like not to shit all over Chloe Hayden. I don't think I am shitting all over Chloe Hayden in this video. I've repeatedly said how much I like her and shit. But you know, like I also don't want to be like, she's a success story, but like she's clearly doing pretty fucking well. Her life looks pretty fucking nice, you know? And it's one of those things where it's like, well, yeah, she was able to have that success because she had the ambition and the plan and the talent and the skill to be an actor. Like she's a really fucking good actress, and she was like, that's what I'm gonna do. And great, good for you, go for it. But I don't have that. I don't have a thing that I'm really good at. I don't have a thing that I'm like super ambitious about. I just like watching my TV shows and quite enjoy making these little videos where I get to like process my own fucking brain. Like I've said many a time, these videos are essentially just therapy for me that's free and that I can, accessible therapy that you guys get to watch. Yeah, that's the video, because I don't really have the point is purely just that like I'm not currently a success story, and it'd be nice to be, but I also think that, you know, most autistic people aren't a success story. We just get through life, we just try and survive and have some degree of joy and happiness while we do it. So I don't really have anything else to say there. I've used up all my brain power, quite frankly. Anything that I had is now gone, so I'm going to stop. So you can follow me here and like this video if you enjoyed watching. Subscribe if you want to, that'd be lovely, because like I said, this is the thing I'm going for. This is the thing that would make me a success story. And if you want to see even more from me, you can also follow me over on TikTok and also on Instagram. They will be linked down below. And down below, I will also link my Patreon and my Ko-fi if you wanted to donate to me monetarily, because I don't understand how people make money on the internet. I don't know why I'm going into this. It doesn't really matter. I'm just trying to put across that like there is no pressure for you to give me your money. You don't have to. It's fine. But if you want to, it will be linked down below for you to do so. And now for whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you have a lovely morning, evening, day, afternoon, week, month, year. I will see you again in a couple of days.